year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Verse 2. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With one he covered his face, and with one he covered his feet, and with one he did fly. Next verse. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, 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 holy. The most beautiful thing in the whole universe is holiness. I'm not the one that said it. It's the scripture that said it. You see, people that don't give themselves to holiness and purity doesn't know how dirty, how ugly they are in the spirit. You know, recently I just noticed a dimension of God's oppression in my life. I think it started during ISC or thereabout. So I will tell a group of people, okay, all of you look at my eyes. And as I'm coming, everybody that looks at my eyes, people, impartation, power, deliverance everywhere. The only reason why your eyes can do that is because there is purity inside. You cannot, if somebody ministers that way, cast as devils with his eyes. If you think I'm joking, look into the eyes of a demonized person with lust in your soul. You will be the one to receive impartation. Try it. We have seen some of them, many of them here. Some have shown themselves, some couldn't show themselves. Yes. If they look you in the eye, you take them to evil. If they look you in the eye, you will find out you never pray. They will connect with the desire and lust in your heart and do like this. Oh, let me say, hey. So it's true now. You will start struggling. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Next verse. Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone. This undone here is not half cooked, but let's just leave it so that we will not spoil our revelation. But you just need to use another translation. This undone here means that suddenly all that you think you are collapsed. For I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips, and my eyes have seen the King, the Lord Almighty. Next verse. This is where I'm going. I am bothered that God asks question. Do you think the way I think? God that created all human beings on earth with angels, everybody just came out and said, I'm looking for who to send. It's a mystery. I just can't wrap my head around that fact. It disturbs me day and night. Day and night. Day and night. That's why I vowed to raise. It disturbs me. God created us, did everything. He has angels. Everybody is still saying, whom shall I send? Whom shall I send? Whom shall I send? It means that there are few people that can be sent. The greatest need of God is sendable people, and there are not many. In fact, there are too scarce. In fact, if they're around, God's problem is solved now. Anytime you see something wrong happening in your family, it means that there is nobody to be sent. Anytime we see something wrong, it means that God did not find somebody to send. Anytime we see things rallying up to God's intent, it means that somebody has been sent. Somebody has been sent. Whom shall I send? Who is asking this question, Oga? God of the whole earth is saying, whom shall I send? I don't understand. God, send anybody now. Send Chamaka na Ishi no here. Send Choma now. Send Victoria. Send Joyce. Just pick anybody and send. Is it not true? No one answer. Is it not true? Send Dubem now. Send Anthony. Send Timilei. Send Nonso. Send Samuel. Send AY. The scripture said, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Brothers and sisters, there is so much work in heaven that if God deploys all of us, we will not be able to serve it. So much labor. I have found out. Now that you traveled 1 or 2 places this weekend, you have seen the labor that is around. Somebody was telling me about invitation, about if I take all invitations that came this year, tell everybody, send your and we receive from everywhere. We will not, if we are going every day, we will not finish it in 2 to 3 years. Because invitation is pouring like this. Pouring. If I tell them, okay, there is somebody I know, his name is Timilei, they will say, we don't want him. We don't want him. That when we were praying, you appeared to us and stood, oh man of God, and said to us that we should come, that I have something to give you people. That same day is the day we are planning our 24 hours. So you are not getting my point. The people inviting you said that God showed them in vision where you appeared, and told them, come and bring, I have something to give your campus. I have something. The date that God told them is the same date with our 24 hours with Jesus. So, is God confused? You will see that the problem is, whom shall I send? Whom shall I send? Even if I come and tell them, I tell them that I have Victor. Whom shall I send? God is still crying. 30 years after, it seems as if there is a call in your family. Nobody has answered it. I know you think somebody has answered the call. I know you think you have answered. God, I'm now following you. They are not aware. Your name is not in the roster. God is still asking, who shall I send? That's why we are here, to make ourselves sendable men. God doesn't just send you just because you said, God send me. He sends you because you are sendable, because you are retaining the posture, because you are in alignment, because you are in the path of spiritual progress. You are already set on the path, and your face like a flint. And we know it's only a matter of time. You will become a prince. Whom shall we send? If you are the one sending, will you send yourself? Scarcity. And the problem is that just as there are scarcity of men, there is also spiritual inflation. So that even when God finds people that is serious, the price that is paid to become what it takes is higher. When I was in secondary school, from Nnewi to Onitsha is 14 naira. See the way you say it's 14 naira. If you went to Onitsha in late 90s and early 2000s, that's the price. It's even high that time, self. How much is it now? Is it up to 200? 500. Huh. When I was in secondary school, 500 naira note has not come out. You know the problem? It's after me, inflation. The inflation is not only on naira, it's also on the price to pay in the spirit. There is inflation. So that even when you say, God, look at me, use me, do things to me, you will find that in the days of our fathers, when they are 24, God called Bishop Oyedepo. When they were 23, God called Benny Hinn. Now you are almost 30 and he's still looking at you like this. Should we call him? Should we leave him? Why? There is inflation. Many people has passed this path and deceived God so much that it takes a lot to convince him now to use somebody. So many people has deceived God, lied, cheated God. God put them, they now went and started. That before God now calls you now, it takes a lot. Just imagine if God dropped oil on you, prophetic oil, and you ended up in South Africa. Tell yourself the truth. Will you still be on this path? Would have been fake long ago. You see it? Is people like you that God saw and increased the price. Before, if you do 6 to 6 for 7 days, heaven will open for you. Heaven, check it. There were, if you those days, we don't used to hear 3 days dry, 3 days. Do you know how many 3 days dry you have done? There is spiritual inflation. Because before God sends somebody now, he's watching you. Say, that girl where we give the last one, that girl where you don't become slave queen, or that girl. He said, should we begin? Say, easy. Well, let's wait first. Let's wait. So even though you are the person, God is checking. And one of the things he does is to give you something small and see how much you can make of it. And then he sees something small that he handed over to you, that there is no help, no literal. In fact, people can even think that you have extra help and whatever. You labor so much in it and produce so much result, and God will say, yeah, this is the person. Lord, find me. Find me. Pray for 30 seconds. Don't pray in tongues. Just say, find me. Don't pray in tongues. No. Just keep repeating it from the depth of your heart. Depth of your heart. Find me, Jesus. Find me. Here I am. Find me. Find me. Find me. Here I am. 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 Find me. Find me. Find me. 30 more seconds. Oh, you are not committed to this prayer.